YouTube, what's poppy? Welcome back to another reaction video. We're returning today to Stone Sour, and boy have I been spoiled by the light in the past couple of weeks with all the sun, because it's gone behind the clouds and now I look like Casper again. Listen, I keep saying listen, I've noticed. I never noticed until I've been watching my videos back when I've been editing them. I'm like, man, I say listen a lot. Stone Sour, we did Stone Sour a few weeks ago. By a few weeks ago, it was probably like a month or so ago now, maybe longer. Because I wanted to hear the Creeping Death cover, because I was watching various Creeping Death covers, and I was like, Stone Sour, I've heard of those guys, and they did a cover, so I'll react to it. Had no idea that it was Corey Taylor, well, I don't want to say Corey Taylor's band, but a band that Corey Taylor is the lead singer of. Obviously, we've done a ton of Slipknot on the channel, and I'm a big fan of Corey Taylor and the music he's done with Slipknot. So I thought, now that I know that Stone Sour exists, why not delve into them as well and see what they have to offer and see how it differs to Slipknot, because Slipknot are quite a memorable, standout character of a band. So I thought it'd be interesting to see what Stone Sour have to offer. I'm doing Through Glass. Reason being is because I had a couple of suggestions. I was like, right, let's do this one because my dad mentioned it as well. I opened up the video and I opened up the lyrics on Genius and I read the first two lines in Genius and I'm like, actually, I think I might have heard this. So straight transparency, as I always like to give, I'll tell you when I start listening to it if I've heard it or not. I actually think I have heard this song. However, if I have, it's been like, when did it come out? 2006. I probably heard it about when it came out, because I probably heard it on Kerrang or something. So I was probably about 8 when I last heard it. So we'll listen to it. Got the video. Because I know sometimes people prefer that I just have the lyrics and don't let the video distract me. But you know what? Sometimes you discover music naturally via the video before you just listen to the song by itself. I felt like listening to the video, especially if I have heard it before. That's probably what I've seen on Kerrang or Scuzz or something. So with that said, let's listen to Through Glass by Stone Sour. Man, can you tell that I've not been sleeping at all the past 3 days? Anyway.
I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How do you feel? That is the question. But I forget you don't expect an easy answer. When something like a soul becomes initialized and folded up like paper dolls and little notes, you can't expect a bit of folks. So while you're outside looking in, describing what you see, remember what you're staring at is me. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever. No one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. How much is real?
Let's give it a pause. Yeah, okay. You know, I say it all the time. I don't want to be one of these like fake bullshit channels. Complete transparency. I've heard this song before, and it blows my mind that I genuinely, until I hit play then, or even I guess when I opened Genius on the first couple lines, this song was just gone from my brain. It just didn't exist in my head anymore. But actually, I loved this song as a kid. I don't think I ever listened to any more of their music. Of the Stone Sour music, so I think the rest of it will be new to me. But having said that, maybe I'm just wrong, because I forgot this song existed. But I used to love this one, actually. Yeah, I know this song. Okay, let's keep going.
So much to question. An epidemic of the mannequins, contaminating everything we thought came from the heart, but never did right from the start. Just listen to the noises, instead of voices, before you tell yourself it's just a different scene. Remember, it's just different from what you've seen. I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. Sitting all alone inside your head. Cause I'm looking at you through the glass. Don't know how much time has passed, and all I know is that it feels like forever. But no one ever tells you that forever feels like home. sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you. And it's the stars that lie to you. I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. Oh God, it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head.
Let's give it a pause. I experience about to pick up. I love that effect, and especially as someone who wanted to do video editing for a while. I have a good idea as to how they, what they had to do that, and I can imagine it was a massive pain in the ass. So I can appreciate that and the consistency with it. Oh, dude, yeah, I completely. I love this song. I will say I don't think that hair is his best. That's not relevant at all. I just keep looking at it and I'm like, not his best haircut. Yeah, so I complete change of pace from a lot of the Slipknot we've done, especially because the last one we did was People Equals Shit. Actually, yeah, the top comment in the video here is, "This is trippy after listening to Psychosocial." Yeah, I can imagine. And up next on YouTube is Dead Memories. Banger. Dead Memories in my... I do want to say, mouthing along the lyrics, if I'm out of time, my video desyncs with my audio quite a lot. It's a massive pain, so if it's out of time, that's why. I'm not just, like, wrong. In case that's just like, in case I don't even know it's noticeable, I find out in editing, but sometimes it is, so that's why. Yeah, I really like it. Like I said, it's a change of pace, but it's I don't know. Part of me is like, man, it's different because I'm thinking about Slipknot, and it's different to Slipknot. Apart from maybe Snuff, which has some more of the acoustic elements in it. From everything we've done from Slipknot so far, it's different to that. However, I feel like in the grander scheme of things, as far as music goes, it's not different, because I'm thinking that this is different in comparison to Slipknot. However, if you think of Slipknot in terms of a lot of music generally, Slipknot is quite a different band, quite a unique band, quite a standout band for their sound and for their image and everything. Whereas this is a lot more. I wish there was a word that didn't sound as bad saying it. I don't want to say it because I feel like it's got negative connotations, but a little bit more generic, so to speak, in terms of, first of all, the image. They look more like just a 2006 rock band. They look like a rock band from the, you know, early mid 2000s. And beyond image wise, I feel like even the song is a little bit more accessible is one word I could use than something like Slipknot. I can imagine this doing much more, doing better generally with a general audience, if that makes sense. We'll keep listening to it, because I'm kind of paying attention to the lyrics as well, and I feel like, is he talking about, we'll come back to it, okay, but yeah, that's just what I feel like right now. But there's still a bit of the song left, so we'll listen to it and discuss the lyrical content at the end.
So I'm looking at you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. All I know is that it feels like forever, but no one ever tells you that forever feels like home, sitting all alone inside your head. And it's the stars that shine for you, yeah. And it's the stars that lie to you, yeah. And it's the stars that shine for you, yeah. And it's the stars that lie to you.
It's satisfying. Just noticed it says Hollywood. Man, I love it. I love his voice. I know Corey Taylor is one of those slightly polarising figures in terms of the fact that I know a lot of people love him. I know a lot of people don't like him. I think a lot of people think he is pretentious, is a word I see get thrown around quite a lot in reference to him. And as someone who is a big fan of him, my phone battery's running out. I understand that, to be honest with you. But I really like that. So I would say, given some of the, I honestly think that the music video actually helped with this one. I think it was quite a good music video in what I think they were trying to get across, in terms of the fact that I feel like the cardboard cutout aspect of it, and then the hollow wood aspect of it, is sort of implying, well, at a basic level, that, on an obvious level, that everything's hollow in the industry, in I guess the Hollywood industry, in terms of, not, I guess in this context, the music industry, but generally that sort of, you know, Beverly Hills, and, you know, actors and actresses and musicians and all that sort of people. Everything's hollow, everything's fake, and then I think the cardboard cutout thing is like, you know, you get like cookie cutter, like everyone's the same. I guess not just the lifestyle, but, you know, a lot of media nowadays. If I know Corey at this point, I would say it's a comment on, and I have the Genius article up, and I'll read it in a second. I'm just trying to get what I think it's about first before I read what other people reckon it's actually about. I would say he's commenting a bit on how all the music nowadays is you know, cookie cutter, cardboard cutout, everything's the same, you know, it's got no character to it. It doesn't matter who makes it because it all sounds the same, you know, and it exists for the sole purpose of perpetuating that lifestyle of just bringing in a lot of money, and that's all it exists for, and it's soulless. And he is commenting on that. That's what I reckon it's about, and that's what the cardboard tells me. And then I guess looking at you through the glass, I don't know how much time has passed, is almost like, feels like forever. Sitting all, so it's kind of like it's just hard to tell nowadays where things start and end, and like what's different, because everything is so similar and everything sounds the same that it's kind of hard to tell, as in how much time, you know, hard to tell where, like, what the difference is. That's what I feel like I'm getting from it. When something like a soul becomes initialized and folded up like paper dolls and little notes, you can't expect a bit of hope. So I guess it's like the industry is like taking the soul out of the music and the character and the life out of it. So while you're outside looking in, remember, describing what you see, remember what you're staring at is me. Okay, so I'm going to read the bio for it. Blah, blah, blah. So it's a Billboard. Actually, I was mentioning that. Published online through Yahoo. The highest peaking through glass was in the United States. The US Billboard Hot Mainstream Rock tracks. Interesting to note, because I wonder if Slipknot ever made it onto the mainstream rock section. I would hazard a guess to say they didn't. Oh, at number 1, followed by number 2 on the Billboard Hot Modern Rock tracks. And it was certified platinum. There you go. So that's an interesting thing to note. The song was inspired by Corey Taylor's frustrations towards the music industry and how he felt there had been no musical revolution at all. So, yeah, I think I was pretty on there. Also, there's a massive quote here which I will read, but without even reading it, I can already say very Corey. That's very in character for Corey. I remember exactly where I was. It was 2004, so a couple of years before the song was released. I was on tour with Slipknot. I was sitting in a European hotel room watching a music video channel, seeing act after act after act of this insane, innocuous plastic music. They were plastic, bubbly, gossamer thin groups where it was really more about the clothes they wore and the length of their cheekbones than it was about the content of the song they were singing. So yeah, again, the image of it rather than the soul and the character in the music itself, I guess. It really made me mad. Of course it did. It really made me mad. I was like, is this it? Have we gone full circle? Did this singer-songwriter revolution never happen? Is it just the same drivel and the same replicate all over again? Again, like I said, cardboard cutouts, cookie cutters, that sort of thing, replicates. Through Glass is a really very angry song. It's me calling bullshit and pretty much everyone involved with the American Idol type shows. It has its place when you're basically cornering the market and making it very hard for anyone who actually writes their own music to get ahead. Then it's wrong, and that's really why I wrote the song. I love that. I'm very for independent artists. Obviously, in hip hop, coming from a hip hop background, everyone writes their own shit, and people who don't are looked down on quite a lot. depending, there's different situations. And Kanye's a bit of a standout figure in that sense, in that obviously he started out writing all of his own shit, but nowadays it's kind of like he uses stuff. But then I think that's slightly different in terms of, I'm not having this argument here, but there's slightly different in terms of the fact that he's open about who writes what when he does use other writers, as opposed to someone like Cardi B who used ghostwriters, and then people found out that she used ghostwriters, and then she has no credit in the hip hop universe anymore, that sort of thing. So I'm coming from hip hop. You write your own shit, like that's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what everyone has always done. And if you don't do that, if someone finds out you've been using ghostwriters, you get discredited and people don't like you anymore. So coming from that sort of background, I do sort of look at a lot of pop songs, and like I appreciate people like see, I don't really know my examples, so I don't really listen to that much pop music, but I think Ed Sheeran is someone who writes his own music. So I can appreciate when someone like him, when he does stuff like that. And honestly, as far as pop music goes, I quite like Ed Sheeran. I think he has a nice voice. So I guess that's just a side note. But people like Skylar Grey, does she count? I listen to a fair bit of Skylar Grey. I know she writes all her music and is a pretty good, talented writer. As well as some massive songs, like for example, obviously "Love the Way You Lie" by Eminem featuring Rihanna. She wrote Rihanna's part. As well as all sorts of other little bits. "Walk on Water," the Beyonce song, she wrote Beyonce's part. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. But the point is, that's something that's quite important to me, or quite big to me, is I really appreciate when the musicians write their own music. And I'm pretty sure, actually, I'm talking about this from a hip-hop background, because that's the background I'm from, but I'm pretty sure it's the same in rock. With all of the Metallicas and the Pink Floyds and the Megadeths and all these bands we've done so far, it's been those artists writing their own music. It's not been labels writing for them. And I think that's one of the biggest aspects of pop music and the mainstream music, is the fact that it's the industries writing the music for the people. And I think that just makes it just contributes more to the problem of it being the same regurgitated crap over and over again, because it's not artists expressing themselves and their stories and their situations. It's the same groups of people creating the same type of music because they know it's going to be successful. And I think that's a lot of what takes the character out of it and the soul out of it. And I think that's a lot of why I appreciate hip-hop, and also why I have appreciated a lot of the lyrical content of a lot of the rock and metal we've done so far, because I think that's one of the things that those two genres share and come together with. That said, many years later, Corey Taylor would eventually reveal that he got food poisoning from eating at a Swedish McDonald's restaurant. Thus, he was unable to change the channel from MTV Europe. Okay, that's fine. And then there's what the artist said about the song, and it has the exact same quote. I really liked it. It gives you a little bit to think about. Hell and Consequences, I think someone suggested that one. Cardiff, when did he go to Wales? Listen, I did it again, I said listen. I really liked that song. The streak continues for Corey, because I still haven't disliked anything he's done. I loved this song when it came out, but when my son went to jail this past year, it tore my heart out. Now the true meaning will be with me forever. This may not be what I am supposed to post, but it's a fact I am sharing anyway. If this post is taken down, I'll be alright with that. Just speaking what's in my mind, delete, if not, peace. I don't know why someone would, why she thinks that would get deleted. But then I also don't see what the relevance is. Anyway, listen. Thanks for, I did it again. I'm so conscious of it now. Keep saying listen. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. I will do more Stone Sour, much like I will do more Slipknot, much like I will do more of everyone that we've done some of, because there is plenty more awesome music to get through. That said, thank you for watching, and I'm going to record another one of these videos and then go and cram for about 8 hours. So, I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.